This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is June 17th, 2022. We're performing a waistline inspection through the 2-inch ABS plastic roof vent at the back of the house. We're located at 4930 Bluebell Avenue, Valley Village, California. And this is the 2-inch roof vent. I'm going to show the roof and the backyard area. And we're going to set our camera right at the opening and zero out our camera monitor. And we're going to begin running down our 2-inch roof vent. We have ABS back here. So this bathroom might have been added or might have been remodeled. I don't know if we can get through here. We're going to try. Just all depends how many turns we end up hitting. Sometimes we can get through them and sometimes we can't. Okay, we got through several turns now. Bruce? Might just have debris. We're going to see if we push through that. We can. And we made the turn. Don't pull too far out.
This is going to get stuck.
And unfortunately, because of the amount of turns, it's not going to want to go through this vent. We're going to try another vent. Got an 1.5 inch vent. Sometimes we can get through them. Unfortunately, just too many turns in this vent. We don't have a clean out. So we're going to move over. This is a 2-inch vent. We're going to move to the 1.5 inch vent right back behind us. See if it drops straight down. Sometimes we can get our 1.5 inch camera through. Sometimes we drop straight down. Even in an 1.5 inch line, we'll get right into the waistline as long as we don't have a large amount of turns. We're in cast iron. We're running into the line. We got some buildup in the cast iron. Got buildup in the cast iron under the slab. We're able to run out. This may need to be cleaned out with a picote tool and possibly hydrojetted after that. Don't see any major breaks or anything or holes in it. And then we're into our waistline now and heading out toward the front of the house. Holding back a little bit of water, but not terrible. And now we're at the clay. We're right by the clean out area, so we're going to pull back a little bit. We've got some hydrojetting going on. You can see the hydrojetting, the green hydrojetting cable right in front of us. So now we're just going to pull back slow and we're going to look at the line again. Pull back real fast. You pull back faster. No, pull back. As I said, you can see it's got buildup and corrosion, which is common for cast iron. But we don't see any holes in the line, major root intrusions or anything like that. Got a little water pumping back at us from the hydrojetter out there, but look to be in pretty good condition right now. Like I said, it may need to be cleaned with a picote tool, which scrapes the pipe a little bit. Then we hydrojet it after to really clean it well, you start getting nodules in it, you get some corrosion buildup in it, and it can start catching paper. It would definitely catch wipes. Wipes should not be used in the system. Even if it's clean, it's not recommended. Go back in a little bit. Slow. I want to see back here. Keep going. They look okay. Okay, I'm going to continue pulling out. Wipes should not be used in the system, even with cast iron, because you can end up getting hung up and have a lot of issues. Have a lot of stoppage issues. We looked at the cast iron on the way out. We're just going to look at it again on the way back. Little flat spot here. We're holding a little bit of water, but not terrible. Right there. What is that? Go back in right here. What is that? See if it'll push. No. Go back in. See if you can rinse the camera lens a little bit. That looks like a wipe, but I can't tell for sure. We're going to blow that up on the camera monitor. That is under the slab. That is under the slab of the house. Can't tell exactly what that is. Not root intrusion or anything. Kind of difficult to tell. We'll pause for a moment. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what that is. What about on this side? More on that side too. Might be something coming through the pipe. And we're out 18 feet. We're going to try and hydrojet this area when we get done in the front. And we're going to try and see what that is. That's a little bit concerning. So we're going to continue pulling out. And then we're going to try and run our small jetter head, if we can get our small jetter head through there. See if we can blast that out a little bit and see what's going on. Now we're coming back up our galvanized vent pipe. Want to make sure and see if we can get that out of there, whatever it is. I want to be able to see the pipe. I don't know if that's something coming through the pipe. So we're going to move our camera monitor. We're going to pause for a moment, move our camera monitor to another location and try and run through the other side of the house. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're at another 2-inch ABS plastic roof vent on the other side of the house. And just scan the roof. That's where we were back there by the fireplace on the far side over by the dish, satellite dish. Now we're going to set our camera right here at the top of the 2-inch ABS plastic roof vent. We're going to zero out. I'm going to go ahead and run through here now. Try and get it through both sides of the house if we can. This line looked like it had, we did a preliminary and it transitions from ABS plastic right here to cast iron, and it does have quite a bit of corrosion in there and buildup. This needs to be descaled a little bit with that cote tool. Now we're transitioning, we're making a turn. We can make the turn. Kind of hard sometimes with cast iron to make the turn. Sometimes it'll let us and sometimes it won't. Doesn't look like it's going to let us. Did you get through? Yep. Yep, it did let us make the turn. Let's see. Then we have a back-to-back turn. So we're going to try another roof vent because we're going to end up breaking the camera head trying to push through here. So we're going to go through. There's another 2-inch roof vent right next to us. We're going to try and run through here. So this section of the line at least needs to be cleaned and scrubbed. I'm going to pause for a moment. Go ahead. Okay, we're dropping down now into a galvanized. We're going to zero out our camera monitor right at the opening real quick. Okay, we're going to zero out at the top of our galvanized roof vent. It is over on the right front corner of the house by the garage area. We're going to drop in now. We should transition to cast iron. And we transition. Got a little debris in here. Gonna try and run out a little bit. Sometimes we'll get into some water and we'll clear it up. There we go. Gotta pull back a little bit. It flipped over. There you go. This camera keeps wanting to flip over on us because of the corrosion and debris and the turns in the cast iron. There we go. Okay, we're into the line. Got a lot of corrosion. This line from this side of the house has a lot of corrosion. Lot. Holding back water. You can see the rutting in the sides of the cast iron. The cast iron's definitely got to be scraped and cleaned. We can't really see exactly what the whole line looks like because it's got so much rutting and so much scaling and debris in here. Now we're running to the opposite side of the house by the left front corner of the house where the mainline sewer cleanout is, if we can get through to there. Might just have to run out as far as we can. Right now it's kind of in darkness. The camera head's gone into a bunch of muck. Hopefully we can rinse this and we'll be able to see a little bit. Having a difficult time trying to push through the turns in the area because there is so much buildup from this side of the house. Okay, we got it through. And continue to push out. Now we're into the clay. That's it. Pull back a little bit. Okay, right there is the green jetter hose that's in the clean out right now. We're going to pull back a tiny bit. And now we're going to pull back slowly. We're going to wait for 1 second for the jetter water to subside so we can see everything on the way back. Right now we got water coming back up toward us from the hydro jetting. that we're doing through the mainline sewer clean out at the left front corner of the house. Let that water subside for just a moment. Okay, we're back in the cast iron. We'll give it a second so that drains back down into the main. This way we can see as much of the line as we can. Okay, we're going to begin pulling back now. We're in the 3-inch cast iron waistline. Then we're going to come back to a 2-inch cast iron drain line. Got a little bit of remnants from the roots where the hydrojetter blew it back into the line. Making a turn. Now we got a little bit of roots. Go back out of it a second. Looks like we have a little bit of roots in the line, but it could have been washed back into the line as well. I think that's all loose from what it looks like. We're going to continue to pull back because we didn't see that going out. Sometimes the jetter is churning up the roots, cutting them and blowing it back into the line. But I have seen a little bit of roots go out. Get that? I've seen a little bit of roots. Those are loose, but these at the top, that's all loose. Okay, we're going to continue to pull back. Just have more rutting and corrosion and scale buildup. Right here, those are roots that are growing through the pipe. Hold on a second. No. Go out again. Are those roots that are getting blown in?
I'm not sure.
You know what, we're going to flush this line real good. We're going to go in, we're going to flush water through this area, make sure we're good and clean. See if we can push out all the way back to the clay. Close to the clay, and I'm going to flush this line. We're going to pause for a moment, just to be positive. Okay, we're back in the vitreous clay at the front of the house by the clean out. We're going to begin pulling back. We've flushed this line out. And what we can see, we did a preliminary, we pulled back just to take a look and make sure. We got a little offset right there at the cast iron to clay. We've got the majority of this is a lot of corrosion, a lot of buildup. It's kind of hard to see the exact condition of the cast iron because we do have quite a bit of buildup. We have one spot at about 40 feet now when we're coming back where we are holding water. And that could be just because of the rutting and just a whole bunch of corrosion kind of damming it up right here. We do have some root intrusion here. Push it in. Push it in and see if it moves. I don't think it moves. It doesn't move. It doesn't move. Is that moving? Looks like it's moving, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pushing it.
Those are loose roots. Those are just loose roots because we're actually able to push it in. So we'll flush those through. We're going to pull back, as I said, at about 40 feet. We've got a little damming going on. Going to drop into some water. That doesn't look loose. Push it. Yeah, it looks like it's coming in from the top, huh?
Yeah.
Push that again. See if it'll move. We're at 39. That's roots growing through, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got two areas with roots growing through. Those are growing in from the top. We're gonna locate this. We'll locate this after. We're going to finish our hydro jetting. We're going to pull back, so we're at 39 feet. We're going to continue to pull back, and then we'll go ahead and locate that after, and then we'll pull back and view the line. But we got a lot of rutting in here, a lot of corrosion. Again, like I said, we cannot really see the condition of the pipe because of the cast iron having so much buildup. We're going to try and run water and flush this line a little bit more, see if we can get more debris out of the line. But it does appear that we do have roots growing in from the top. And the corrosion's pretty thick. The line's restricted down to some places about an inch, inch and a half maybe. And this is a 2-inch line and possibly maybe in 3. See coming back. And now we're pulling up and out of our vent. Okay, we're gonna just pause for a moment, and then we're gonna run over to another vent and try and hydrojet and take a look at that. So we're gonna pause. Okay, we took another look at this line on the left-hand side of the house by the dish, satellite dish, and this is part of the rubber band from a no-hub coupling protruding through. It's kind of holding back a little bit of water, but probably been that way a long time. Something I wouldn't really be too concerned about at this time. We're going to pull back, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to relocate back to the other side of the house. We're going to try and hydrojet a little tiny bit and see what we can do with the other line. Take a look at the root intrusion at 39 feet. See if we can get some of that loose. So we're going to move our equipment now. We're going to pause. Okay, we're running back down the vent. We just hydrojetted the cast iron line through the galvanized roof vent. Got to pull back. Yeah, there you go. Flipping over still. We're at approximately 40 feet on the camera monitor, and that's right under, we located it as right underneath the hall bathroom bathtub. It's right next to the toilet. Like I said, this area still needs to have a picote tool run in. And clean the rest of the line real good. And that's where we're at on.
Oh,
yeah.
Get it to the clip?
No, you're good. We already viewed everything else back. Where we're at was right at about 40 feet. That's a tie-in connection. Appears to be for the bathtub. And we got the roots out of it. Right in that area right there. That's our tie-in. We had a lot of roots in there. We got the roots out. Looks a whole lot better. A lot of this might be able to be taken care of once the line's clean with a picote tool and hydrojetted. You may be able to maintain this with Root-X. Flush Root-X down there probably once a year, you'd be okay. I don't know that this has ever been jetted or cleaned out. You got some minor little hairline roots. Nothing terrible. At this time, we're going to recommend just cleaning this line. Run the picote tool through these vents and hydrojet. We're going to continue to pull back, and we're going to conclude our inspection. And that will conclude our inspection through the waistline from both sides of the house. We're going to conclude our inspection.